Elegen de parapolön autois prostoden panto de proseu kestai autus kai me enkaken. And he was saying a parable to them unto it being necessary always them to be praying and not to be wearied within. Legon Critus discern entini pole, saying, a certain judge was in a certain city, don theon me pobumenos, not fearing the God, kai anthropon me entrepomenos, and not regarding man, not regarding a man. Kera de en tei pole ekenei, and a widow was in that city. Kai erketo prosauton legusin, and she was coming to him, legusa, saying, Ektike sonme apotu antidikumu, avenge me from my adversary. Kai uke telen epikronon, and he was not willing for a time. Metatauta de epenan enheautoi, but with these he said in himself, Ekaiton teon u pobumai. If also the God I am not fearing, u de anthropon entrepomai, and neither the man I am respecting or having regard, diageto pareken moi, kopon dön keran, dön keran, dauten. Through the that this widow is offering me trouble, ekdike so auten, I will avenge her. Hina me estelos erkomene, so that not into the end I am coming, so that I am not coming to an end. Hypopiadzeime. She be wearing me out, black and blue, or beating me up over it, figuratively. Epen de hokurios, and the Lord said, Acusate ti hokrites te sadikias lege. Hear ye what the judge of the unrighteous judge, is saying. Hodeteos ume boyesoy dön ektikesin ton eklekton autu, and the God, would he not effectuate the vengeance of his elect ones? Ton bon ton autoi, hermeras kai nyktos, those crying out to him day and night, kai makrotume epautois, and he is being long-suffering over them. Lego humin hotipoye setön ektikesin auton entake. I am saying to you that he shall effectuate the vengeance of them in speed, in quickness. Blön hohuios tu anthropu elton. Nevertheless, the Son of the Man, having come, ara heurösetön pistin epitös gös. Therefore shall he find the faith upon the earth? Epen dekai prostinas, τους πεποϊτώτας επεαυτοis hoti esin dikaioi. But he said also to some, having been persuaded upon themselves that they are righteous, kai exutenuntas τους loipus, and despising the rest, turn parabolön tauten this parable. Anthropoi duo anebersan esto hieron proseuxastai. Two men went up into the temple to pray. Hohes parishaioi, the one a parishi, kai hoheteros telones, and the other a tax collector. Ho parishaios tates tauta proseauton proseuketo. The parishi, having stood these things to himself, was praying. Hoteos, O God, Eucharistosoi, I am giving thee thanks. Hoti uke mi hosper, hoi loi poiton anthropon, that I am not just as the rest of the men. Harpages, extortioners, adikoi, unrighteous, moikoi, adulterers, kai hoshutos, hotelones, or also as this tax collector. Nesteuo dis tu sabbatu. I am fasting twice of the Sabbath week. Apodecato panta. I am tenthing all, tithing all. Hosakatoma, as much as I am possessing. Hodetelones, but the tax collector, makroten hestos, afar having stood, ugertelen udetus optalmus eparai estonuranon, was not willing, not even the eyes, to lift up into the sky. Al etypten toster tosautu, but he was beating his breast. Legon, saying, Hoteos, O God, hilas ter timoi, mercy thou me, doi hamarato loi, the sinner. Lego humin, katebe hutos dedikaio menos, estonoiko nautu. I am saying to you, this one went down, having been justified, into his house. Parekenon, rather than that one. Hotipas ho hypson heauton tapenotersetai. For everyone exalting himself shall be humbled. Hodetapenon heauton hypsotersetai. But the one humbling himself shall be exalted. Proseperon de autoi gaita breper. And they were bringing to him also the infants. hina auton haptetai, so that of them he might be touching. Idonteste, but having seen hoimatetai, but the disciples having seen epetimon autois were rebuking them. Hode Jesus prosekalesato auta legon, but Yeshua summoned them, saying, Apeteta paidia erkestai brosme. Leave the children to come to me, to be coming to me. Kai me koluete auta, and don't be ye forbidding them. Don gar toiu to nestin her basilea tu teu, for of such is the kingdom of the God. Amen, lego humin. Amen, I am saying to you. Hosan me dexer taiden basilean tu teu. Hos paidion. Whoever should not receive the kingdom of the God as a child, ume eselte esautern, shall certainly not enter into it. Kai eperote sentis auton archon. And a certain ruler was asked him, a certain ruler asked him, Legon, saying, Didaskale agate, good teacher, tipoiesas zoen ionion kleronomerso. What having done I might inherit life eonic. Epen de autoi. And he said to him, Yeshua said to him, Time leges agaton. What? Thou art calling me good? Ude sagatos. Nobody is good. Me hes hoteos, if not one, the God. Ta sentola soidas. Thou knowest, thou hast known the commands. Me moikeuses. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou should not commit adultery. Me poneuses. Thou shalt not murder. Thou should not murder. Me klepses. Thou should not steal. Me pseudomartyreses. Thou should not bear false witness. Tima ton patera su, kai turn mertera. Thou shalt be honoring thy father and thy mother. Hode epen tauta panta epulaxa ekneotetos mu. But he said, these things, all these things I kept from my youth. Akusaste, ho Yeshus epen autoi. And Yeshua, having heard, said to him, Eti hensoi lepe. Yet one thing is lacking for thee. Panta hosa ekes boleson. Everything, as much as thou art possessing. Boleson, sell. Gaidiados bdokois. And distribute to poor ones. Gai exes, hexes tersauronentois uranois, and thou shalt have treasure in the skies. Gai deuro akolutemoi, and come thou, be thou following me. Hode acusas tauta, but he, having heard these things, perilupos egeneter, became very sorrowful. Gar plusios podra, for he was being exceedingly rich. Idon de auton ho Jesús perilupon genomenon epen. And Yeshua, having seen him, having become exceedingly sorrowful, he said, Pos dyskolos, hoita kremata ekontes, estern basilean tu seu es poreuontai. How difficultly those possessing the riches into the kingdom of the God shall be entering or are entering. How difficultly they are entering. Eukopoteron, garestin, kamelon, dramatos, beloners, eselten. For it is easier a camel through an eye of a needle to go. Blusion estern basilean tu seu eselten, rather than a rich man into the kingdom of the God to enter. Epan de hoiacusantes, but those having heard said, Gaitis dunatai soternai, and who is able to be saved? Hode epen, but he said, Ta adunata para anthropois, dunata para toi theoi estin. The things without possibility from men are possible from the God. Epen de ho Petros idu hermes apentes ta idia coluter samensoi. But Petros said, Behold, we, having left our stuff, our own, we followed thee. Hode epen autoi sa men lego humin. Hoti ude sestin hosapöken oikian gunaika adelpus gones tekna heneken tös basileas tu tseu. And he said to them, Amen, I am saying to you that there is nobody who hath left house or woman or brothers or parents or children on behalf of the kingdom of the God. Hos ukime apolabøy polaplasiona entoi kairoi tutoi, who should not receive manifold more in this time. Kai entoi aioni toi erkomenoi, zoen aionion, and in the coming eon, life eternal. Paralabon, de tus dodeca epen prosautus, and having taken along the 12, he said to them, Idu anabainomen es Jerusalem. Behold, we are going up into Jerusalem. Kai telester setai pantata ke grammena diaton properton toi huioi tu anthropu. Anthropu. And all things having been written through the prophets for the Son of the Man shall be finished. And that is what Yeshua meant when he said it is finished. All things that were meant to happen unto his death had happened, and he died then. Paradoxetai kartoi sat etnesin. For he shall be handed over to the nations. Kai empaiktesetai, and he shall be mocked. Kai hybristesetai, and he shall be treated shamefully. Kai emptystesetai, and he shall be spat upon. Kai mastigosantes, and having been flogged, apoktenusin auton, they shall kill him. Kai töi hermerai töi tritoi, and in the third day, anastersetai, he shall arise. Kai autoi uden tuuton synökan, and they understood nothing of these. Kai to matuto ke krymenon apauton, and this word was having been hidden from them. Kai ukeginos kon ta legomena, and they were not knowing the thing having been spoken, the thing being spoken. Egeneto de entoi engidzen auton, is Jericho, typlostis ekateto paratern hodon epaiton. And it happened in his approaching into Jericho, a certain blind one was sitting by the way, begging. Ac usas de oclu diaporeuomenu, and having heard a crowd going by, epyntaneto ti ea tuto, he was inquiring what this might be being. Apöngelande autoi hoti Jesus honadzoraios parerketai. And they announced to him that Yeshua, the Nazarene, is passing by. Kai eboes en legon, Yeshua huie David elea sonme. And he cried out, saying, Yeshua, son of David, mercy thou me. Kai hoi proagontes epetimon autoi, and those aforegoing were rebuking him. Hina sigersoi, so that he be silent. Autos de poloi, malon ekradzen. But he all the more rather was crying out, Huie David, elea sonme, son of David, mercy thou me. Stateste, ho Jesus ekeleusen auton acternai prosauton. And Yeshua, having stood, commanded him to be brought to him. Engisanto de autu, and of him having approached to him, eperotes en auton, he asked him, tisoi teles boyeso. What art thou wanting that I should effectuate for thee? Hode epen, and he said, Kyrie, Lord, hina anablepso, so that I might see. Kai ho Jesus epen autoi, anablepson. And Yeshua said to him, See, recover sight. Her pistis su seso kense, thy faith hath saved thee. Kai parakrama aneblepsen, and immediately he received sight. Kai erkolute autoi, and he was following him. Doxadzon ton theon, glorifying the God. Kai pas holao sidon edoken ainon toi theoi. And all the people, having seen, gave praise to the God.